Hey friends, welcome back. So you had a little bit of problem here with your pec minor muscle group. This is a muscle that connects the top of your shoulders into your rib cage. So you'll notice that you feel a little hunched forward like this sometimes. That could be causing a little bit of trouble for you in your posture. So these next couple stretches that we're going to do are actually built to regain some elasticity in the back of your shoulders and help you open up a little bit better. So we're going to start off with a stretch for the outside of your shoulder here. This is my left arm, but I'm going to swap it so that you can mirror it in the video. So it'll be my left arm, but your right arm. So I'm going to say right arm. So don't get confused, okay? So you'll take your right arm across your body, grab your wrist with your left hand, and you're going to resist like you're trying to pull both arms diagonally apart. Then push up with your right arm. Your left hand resists. Then use your left hand to pull you back down. And this time you're pulling down towards your left knee. When you get to the bottom here, drag your head over to the left. Maybe a little forward too. And you should feel your neck on the left side. Bring your head back to center and start again. We're going to do about 10 of these stretches, or as many as you want to do. So feel free to stop if you start to get tired and move on to the other side. But we're aiming for 10. You should feel this stretch right along here, along the outside of your trapezius muscle, going up into your neck. It's a nice one. So you push up for strength. I'm pushing up with my right arm, my left hand is fighting, and then I'm going to pull down towards my left knee, my head to the left. Oh, happy stretch, so good. When you come down, this is your stretch. I'm still resisting the whole time. Get that nice stretch on my neck. So you push up for strength, and you pull down for your stretch. Your head stays up the whole time until you get to the very bottom. At the bottom, you're still resisting. And then you pull your head to the side. I think probably one more. I don't always count. I just stretch as much as my body wants to stretch. So if you feel like you want to do some more, feel free. You can do as many as you want. You can just pause the video even if you want. Hey, that reminds me, if you've never done these Ki-Hara stretches before, click the link above right here and watch that video first to make sure that you're following all the rules of Ki-Hara. Okay, now take your left arm across your body, grab your wrist with your right hand, and resist like you're pulling both arms apart. Push up for strength all the way up, and then pull across for your stretch, down towards the right this time, and tilt your head to the right, maybe a little forward, and see if you can get some relief in your neck. This should be all over here on the left side this time. Then lift up for strength, and pull down for your stretch. Again, at the end, then you can put your head into the stretch. Maybe a little head nod is kind of nice. Just move nice and slow, and make sure that you're always resisting. Remember, if anything hurts, just stop. If you feel really fatigued, you can stop. It's okay to do like 2 or 3 stretches. Or 10. Or 20. It's up to you, because it's your body and you do what you want. Just make sure you're listening to it. And not pushing through pain. Pain is not helpful when it comes to stretching. If anything, it'll create more compensation patterns. That's why you're here to begin with. So up for strength and pulling down for stretch, and then your head to the other side. And get a nice stretch through your neck on the left. Let's do one more. Up for strength and down for stretch. I like to search a little bit, see if we can pull some of that tension out. Oh, what a good one. I love that stretch. Now we're going to do the outside of your shoulder. So if you've watched the rules video, this is the stretch that I show in that video. You'll take your right arm up like you're pulling a train whistle. It's about a 90-degree angle like this. I'm going to grab my elbow with my left hand and resist like I'm pulling both arms straight across. Then push open towards the right. As you do that, keep your back straight, and you'll notice that your elbow of your left hand starts to straighten out. When you've gone far enough, and really far enough means as far as you feel comfortable going, then you pull back. So I'm pulling with my left arm, my right arm is still fighting, and I'm keeping my back square. So I'm not twisting with the stretch, but I'm keeping my back from twisting, just by keeping my core stable. You can open up for strength, and then pull across for your stretch. And again, we're aiming for about 10, or as many as you feel like you want. If it hurts, stop. If it gets really fatigued, just do as many as you feel like you can do, and then stop. Maybe 2, maybe 3, it's okay. Just remember to keep resisting all the time, so you're trying to pull your elbows apart, and then your right arm wins, and then your left arm wins. Here's my stretch, and opening for strength. I feel like stopping about here, so that's what I'm going to do. You can stop whenever you want. So again, if you want to do more, go for it. If you want to do less, totally fine. Now let's bring up your left arm and do the same drill. So your right hand's going to grab the outside of your elbow, and you're going to push open towards the left this time. My right elbow will straighten out, and then as I pull across, my left arm is pushing, my right arm wins, and you just go back and forth. Open for strength, and close it for stretch. And you just go back and forth, just like all the other stretches. And remember, only do as many as you want. Pay attention to what you feel in your body. You should feel the stretch here on the outside of your shoulder. If you don't, just don't do this stretch, it's okay. Skip it. Do the other stretches. Remember, we're trying to problem solve the inner part of your shoulder right here with the pec minor. So if there's something here that is problem solving worthy, save it for later. We'll fix that later. It could actually have something to do with that part of your shoulder. We'll see. I love Ki-Hara stretching like this, especially with problem solving, because I can be really mindful when I'm doing it, because I'm really paying attention to exactly what I feel and what my body's telling me exactly. And then I use that information to help me figure out what to do next. So like that stretch felt intense, it's good. So we're just gonna keep moving through problem solving. The next stretch we're gonna do is for the front of your chest. So you're actually gonna come onto all fours, and we're gonna move back and forth to stretch out our arms. First, line yourself up like you are the bottom layer of a pyramid of cheerleaders, and someone is just gonna stand on your back. So you get strong through your back, I'm strong through my legs, I'm strong through my arms, and it's like I'm gonna support so that if someone stood right here, nothing would happen. Right? So you don't want to be like this. You want nice and strong through your core and your back. From here, you're going to push with your hands into the floor, and that'll drive your body back if you let go with your legs just a little. As you come through here, you're going to bring your head through. You can open your arms up now that you know where you're going, and then use your legs to push you forward, but your arms will slow you down. And then use your arms to push you back. Your legs slow down this process now. And bring your head through. Let your legs win. And then let your arms win. You should feel this in the front of your armpits. Bringing your hands up a little higher might make it a little more intense. And keeping your back arched might make it a little more intense. And by arched, I mean that same kind of strength, like if you had a pyramid of cheerleaders on top of you, or if you were doing cat pose in yoga. Maybe not this high, but a little bit of pressure up this way will give you more space to pull your head through. And let's do one more of these. Nice work. Fix your shirts. All right, the next stretch is for your inner thighs. Now remember, sometimes what's happening in the upper part of your body is related to what's happening lower. So let's do some leg stretches and see if we can open this up even more. We're gonna come into a groin stretch position, kind of like if you're gonna do a butterfly stretch. So your feet are together, not too far away from your pelvis. You can decide how far you want it. I usually will put my feet in a place where I feel like I don't have to hold myself up. So I feel comfortable here. If you don't feel like you can hold yourself up in this position, then bring your feet further away so that you can angle your pelvis in a way that feels like you're sitting comfortably. If this is still really tough, you can lay against a wall and do this also. You just bring your legs up like this with your feet against the wall. That makes it a little bit easier. That's up to you. Or you could just skip the stretch completely if it doesn't feel good. It's totally fine. So your feet are together. You're gonna put your elbows on your knees and squeeze your elbows together while you try to push your arms apart. So your arms are pushing out, your legs are squeezing in, and then use your arms to open your knees and just lean forward into the stretch. You should feel this in your inner thighs, right here in the groin area. So you push up for strength and you open up for your stretch. Just go as far as feels good to you. Sometimes people push too hard in the stretch, so if you really feel some lockup in your hips, it could be that you're pushing too hard. So you could lighten up a little bit, just make sure that you're still resisting. It's also normal when you come up in this position to feel some stretch in your back. That's just added bonus. We'll keep it, because it feels good. Up for strength. Pushing open for stretch, and remember, it's not to the floor, but to the outside walls. So pushing out this way. Pushing your knees open. If you want to grab your feet and pull a little bit more into the stretch, that's okay too. Just do what feels good. Let's keep this one. Let's make this our last one. Good one. Okay. Now, after we've done those couple stretches, we're going to go back and stretch out the front of our shoulders. Now, it doesn't matter which stretch you started with. I want you to end with this one to really start to open it up in a very simple way, and then you can go back to the more complicated stretch if it was different than this last one that we're doing. You'll go into a reverse table position. Like if you were going to do a crab walk, like this, but you don't have to bring your hips up in this one. Your fingers are going to point towards your feet. Your arms are far enough apart that you feel comfortable. So you don't need to have them like really far behind your back. Just have it in a comfortable place. And then we're going to twist our shoulders in. So your sternum is this bone right here in the front of your chest. You're going to curl your shoulders in towards your sternum. So it's kind of like if you wanted to make your posture the worst posture. Right? Pretend like you're like, I have been on my computer all day, right? So you're gonna curl in with your shoulders like this. So really curled in, worst posture, right? Push through your hands. And as you lift your chest up towards the ceiling, your shoulders naturally open up. And you should feel a stretch through the front of your chest. This could also be in your arms. That's okay too. So you're curling in for strength and pushing up for stretch. This should feel a lot better than before if you were doing this exact version. If you want to go back and try the video that led you to this video, go for it. Awesome. Good work. So I hope you guys got some relief in that stretch. It's a really good one to help your posture. What you may notice now is as you sit up, you feel a little bit more upright. Like you don't feel like you want to be in this position, but that you want to be in a good, solid, stable posture. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you next time.